And I may do that for Greenland, too. I may put a tariff on countries if they don't go along with Greenland, because we need Greenland for national security. So I may do that. I'll give you a little.
Thank you. Please.
Yesterday, President Trump suggested that tariffs would be the solution to the United States taking possession of Greenland. Is that realistic? And if he were to take steps in that direction, do you think the Congress would find a way to stand in the way of using tariffs as a cudgel in these negotiations?
Well, one of the lovely things, as you well know, is that our government has 3 branches, and I suspect the Supreme Court will be speaking to that point soon. Look, I think that the Constitution gives to Congress more of the power that is currently being exercised in tariffs, and in a way that is perhaps novel in modern history. And I think since this is an issue directly before the court, we'll see what the Supreme Court has to say as to whether the use of tariffs as a tool against close and trusted allies to try and achieve a strategic objective is really the wisest and most available. Sir.
Senator Coons, Ian Sherwood from MS Now. Could I just ask, how much do you think the actions by Denmark and other European allies to move resources to Greenland will address the concerns of the President that he's expressed? Secondly, I also believe that NATO is also working on a plan to further enforce resources in the region to address the concerns of the President. And how much do you believe that these comments by the President damage the relationship with Europe and embolden America's adversaries?
So first, I think the most pressing and current security threat in this entire region is the ongoing war of aggression by Russia against Ukraine. And it bears repeating, and I will repeat back home, that the Kingdom of Denmark has been one of the strongest supporters of Ukraine, has dedicated billions of dollars, has transferred critical advanced assets, has dedicated billions of dollars to the support of Ukraine. And so to those Americans who misperceive the balance of who has put more into this urgent fight, Danes deserve great recognition for the significance and strength of their support for Ukraine. That our NATO allies choose to engage in an exercise that demonstrates a willingness to invest more in Arctic security, I think should be welcome and celebrated. I think it's important for us to realize that the High North is becoming more and more an area of concern for the longer term. NATO, because of Putin's strategic, I think, profound misstep, has doubled the length of its border with Russia, and the High North for Finland and Sweden, which is now, an expanded part of NATO, is of renewed concern. So seeing active training and deployments into one of the harshest, most remote places on Earth, I think we should take as an encouraging signal. And part of the goal that animated, I think, all of us to change our plans on fairly short notice and come to Denmark was to reassure allies and partners and to rebuild some of that. We recognize those are relationships that are under some real strain at the moment. But after a very successful NATO summit, after a number of important steps in Congress to reinforce support for Ukraine, I think we should see this as positive movement by our NATO partners, that in so many ways they are stepping up and increasing their defense, their training, their investment in our shared security.
Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. We're going to do it in English. And I want to thank my good friend Lisa, first and foremost, for bringing her colleagues here. I think it's very important in these very uncertain times that we have an open dialogue. So I want to thank Lisa and Senator Coons for making sure that we have the meeting and bringing all your colleagues here with us. And I want to pass on the floor to Coons first. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your hospitality. This is a 10-member bipartisan bicameral dialogue from the United States Senate and the United States House, and we are grateful for your hospitality, for 225 years of being a good and trusted ally and partner. We had a strong and robust dialogue about how we extend that into the future. We expressed our gratitude for the sacrifice of Danes who served and fought and died alongside Americans when we were attacked 25 years ago. We spoke about the value of NATO and the commitment to respecting the core principles of sovereignty, territorial integrity, and self-determination. And we spoke with clarity about the importance that the people of Greenland make their decisions about their future. So it was a constructive and hopeful dialogue, and we look forward to continuing.
Thank you very much. Let me also warmly thank the senators and representatives for coming. This dialogue was of crucial importance in an uncertain time for the Kingdom of Denmark. We have underlined that our friendship and our partnership must build on trust and on respect, and how crucial this is for our alliance, for our freedom, for our security and prosperity. So thank you very much for joining us, and thank you for coming all the way to Denmark to strengthen our dialogue. This is important in an uncertain time.